Start streaming. Let's see. Give it a second before I get to say, how's it going, Nakama? Brit is back with One Piece live action news. So, let's see here, Samurai, if you want to give a quick check to see if the stream is good and that we have volume.
It is, except for I'm frozen. Now you just said how's it going, Nakama, so I think we're okay.
Okay, good. So, in that, Nakama, One Piece live action season 2 has officially dropped, and we are going to talk about it because this is the beautiful kind of weird that One Piece is. It took from Reverse Mountain until literally the end of Drum Island, which is roughly 40-50 chapters or so, and just num that bad boy all together. Just shot it up. Hey, Mose, thanks for stopping by.
Hey,
little brother, I really appreciate you, little brother.
Were you on a roll? Can I tease you?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, haven't you seen Jim Carrey in or what was that? Bruce Almighty? Beautiful.
Bruce Almighty is an old callback. That is an old callback. I will give you that one.
That'll help you next time when you spell beautiful. Beautiful. So,
that is fair.
You know, but I don't think that's gonna attract too many viewers. We got the DMOs back, so I mean, if he's back, we know we can get the rest of the gang coming.
But in that, we have 6 or 8 episodes. No, it was 8 episodes of what I thought was really good TV. A lot of it felt like props and things like that, just like different props and different things like that. But what can you do? It's a pirate set. But let's start. Let's give overall thoughts, and we'll break it down bit by bit, and then we'll get out of here. We'll only go for about 30 minutes or so. So, Samurai, as far as Reverse Mountain, no, actually not even Reverse Mountain, not Whiskey Peak, Logtown. What did you think about, 1, the addition of a Bartolomeo, and 2, the bait and switch about Roger's child?
So this is what I'm imagining. I'm imagining Oda is going, dang, I am a little older now, and now that I've made all this, I think I want to put in a few sneakers in the beginning. If I was going to redo my story, I would show that Bartolomeo was in there, you know, during that part, you know, just to show that I wasn't BSing. And anyway, I just feel like Oda is really giving his okay on this, because what he's saying is these aren't the important parts of the story. Or, you know, like, these are the parts I kind of wanted to put in the story, and I feel like this is just his like redo of it. So these little changes are okay, because I really feel like they're coming from Oda. It feels like he's like, yeah, I like it, you know. So anyway, that's all to say that it's okay. I'm just kind of rushing because I'm thinking about what to talk about next. Can we just jump right to the Sandai Kaitetsu?
Are you talking about Tashigi and him in the in the sword store, and the actor who played the sword salesman guy did really good.
Yeah, like a mirror. You know, when I got Sandai Kaitetsu tattooed, and before I got it tattooed, I showed the tattoo artist that scene from the anime where he like throws it up and, you know, puts his arm out. And you know how, so like, even in the manga, they change it, the Sandai Kaitetsu every time. They like make it brown or red or like just black. And I was so happy when it came out, and it looked almost exactly like my tattoo, the live action version does. So I was very happy with that. All the swords look so good, and they really kept true to the manga for that moment, because it is an important scene. We're gonna be seeing that sword later go up against the main course guy. Hopefully that's not a spoiler. But
It will.
anyway,
Its presence will be known. So epic scene. They did the flip. It was as cool as it was before. The actress that plays Tashigi is really good. Smoker looks cool. I would have thought the dual cigar would have been cheesy. That works. It works.
They might have gotten away with it just him like smoking one cigar and like forgetting about the two cigars, but they just wanted to. They're like, why would we do that? We want two cigars going, so you gotta love that.
Smoker
and right, he did kind of pull it off.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say is you know, it kind of felt like they were kind of like people that didn't know what One Piece was, but were like filling, you know, because I like saw them in like a behind the scenes thing. They're like, yeah, I'm a smoker. I like, yeah. Anyway, they just seemed like they didn't know what One Piece was very much, but they nailed the scene, so I was happy. I was happy they did it.
Yeah, it was. I would probably say all of the character castings have been spot on. I don't think there's really been any character castings that I've been like, ooh. But for
you know who I really thought nailed it is Usopp's actor. I thought Usopp's actor this round really stepped it up, and I'll point more to it. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah, well, the scared aspect I think plays a lot better with the live actor. He's less annoying with the scarediness, and you can see actively him growing throughout the season. So with Logtown, you've got Buggy and Alvida showing up.
Alvida lost 100 pounds for that role. Did you see that?
I did not see that's really her.
Yes. Yes. Alvida season 1 verse 2. Yeah, she lost a ton of weight.
That's wild. The slips up fruit, man.
But that was right. Yeah.
So the slips up fruit.
I don't know exactly how much weight.
You have a lot of good. So overall, I would say that first episode really good, really well done as far as how it's turned out. I honestly did not like the alluding to Roger's kid, and kind of making it seem like it's Luffy, because I'm kind of like, that character didn't even show up this season. So like, what are we? So it just kind of seemed a little forced in my opinion. So that was my big thing. But like, yeah, Barto had me so happy and just howling and screaming in that. So episode 1, really well. Episode 2, Laboon, right? No, Whiskey Peak. No, Laboon and then Whiskey Peak. Yeah. So episode 2, Laboon, One Piece live action, season 2 episodes. Let's see here. I definitely like how IMDb has like the whole breakdown, but I feel like we're still official. So episodes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, do you see? We got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ayo.
Are we? It's
so.
It's 8.3 for the season.
Oh, never mind. Oops.
For all of the live action. So season 2, in the beginning, good whale hunting. Okay, I think I just want to start off by saying the memes for the names, just spot on. The beginning and the end, Logtown, absolutely on point. Good whale hunting. Excuse you? So, for in this, they come out into the Grand Line, get swallowed by Laboon. Luffy slingshots out, and sings to Laboon. Guess, sure, still fine. Whatever. He meets Crocus. Crocus is a grumpy old man, still funny, still amazing, still hilarious. Great actor for Crocus. Even the little flower thing on his head. By the way,
from Game of Thrones.
Who's that?
He's the one. Game of Thrones. The black fish. You know, the one that is.
Oh!
Fucking kill him! I don't care. You're not getting in this castle. And they're like, fine. And then they drag that one guy away. That ends up almost being the. Anyway.
Yeah. So
the Blackfin. So he's awesome.
Good episode overall. I think it's being so highly rated because of everyone likes how cute Laboon was. So, but again, he sang to him.
Love
So
Brooke.
I like Brooke. I liked how they had Brooke all set up.
I thought it was a good cast.
That was a really good cast. So hope he will be. I want to see how they play it off for season 5. Are we gonna say that's season 5?
I don't. Yeah. So we can talk about that next. So season 3 will cover the rest of Alabasta. 4, Skypiea and Jaya. 6, we gotta do Longren, and Jaya, and
5. So 5 would be Longren,
and Water 7. I don't know if we can do any Slavi in that season. That seems like a lot to do, but I'll believe in them. But 7. It seems like season 7 is Brooke.
Yeah, that would be 7. It would be Thriller Bark. Wow. So, all right. So, but going back to season 2 with Brooke being casted, looks great. Overall, decent episode. We had the Rumbar Pirate singing Big Sake, so I was happy with Big Sake being so early. So that was good for me personally, and for One Piece as a good. But then you get episode 3, Whiskey Business. 1, I am happy that she confirms that we still get Karoo. I'm not happy that we did not get Karoo. Is that fair?
Yeah, but they definitely winked and nodded, like, hey, if we get season 3, we'll get it.
Well, she said, like, we ride ducks in my country.
Yeah. I think they'll figure it out.
Yeah, so I think once they start getting more of that budget. So we got whiskey business. So Igaram, the hair, did not think that was gonna work. It worked. It worked pretty well. Okay, all right. That was...
Yeah, and apparently they had a bunch of effects to make that possible. They did 2 different cameras at the same time, and they actually had a machine gun and was able to do actual. But anyway, there's some cool behind the scenes stuff with that.
But in whiskey,
100 right now.
He killed 100 people.
So before the scene starts, we're eating den. And I go, Paulina, pause it. Okay, we gotta make sure. We gotta count these victims here. I bet you it'll be 100. And so I go, okay, we're at 10. And then all of a sudden, Zoro
starts counting.
All right, 90 more. And I'm like, he's counting! And then I'm like, I don't have to count anymore. How much you want to bet he's gonna do the counting for me? And then he goes up and he's like 70, 82. And I'm like, yes! That scene is unmatched. And that YouTube clip of that scene has a ton of views on YouTube right now. It's definitely over 1 million. I can look it up while we're talking.
Oh, how they pulled it? Oh, they just pulled the fight out of the episode and put it on YouTube.
The Netflix did.
Yeah, I mean, he killed 100 people, so yeah, that was bonkers. Because in the anime, you're just like, oh yeah, no, he actually killed them. Like there, you saw the blood and saw the slices. Then you had
Netflix's YouTube page is all about One Piece. Like the whole banner is One Piece.
They're picking up, man. They're picking up, and I am hoping they're gonna do due diligence. They're seeing what's going on with HBO and Game of Thrones, and if they do it right, they could have their own literal Game of Thrones equivalent. Not as much boobs and sex, unless.
But except for Oda gave him the possibility there, except for the second part.
But that might be a possibility, but I don't know.
Anyway, I was glad that they got rid of something in that Whiskey Peak fight, though. I am so glad that they don't have Zoro versus Luffy. That whole fight made no
That's
sense
fair.
to me. And Zoro would never do, and Luffy would never do that to Zoro. You're saying that Luffy didn't have enough respect for Zoro to hear him out, you know? So it was just like, you know, him just trying to write a little panel of them fighting. So I am glad that they got rid of that. So yeah, that was probably my favorite episode, my second favorite episode. Which my favorite episode was the second to last one. We'll get to that, episode 7.
Yeah. So
But
in that we've got Mr. Five and Miss Valentine. They were cast very well. The booger.
They had big boogers too. You see those boogers on screen? They were like big.
Like his power was very easy to do. They did her power very well. As a combatant, like her power was done very well. So overall, Whiskey Business, solid, very very solid. Episode 4. Go ahead.
Stepped up. Oh, we just want to talk about Mr. 9 really quick. You know, what a small character in the anime and manga. And in this one, I really felt like every time he was on the camera was face towards him, he was like, hello! He was like, look at, you know, he was just doing a great job. He was like I thought he acted really well and like really crushed his role for being like such a minor character. I think they try to put him on screen as much as possible. So here's to Mr. 9.
Which one was he? Was that the one that Smoker and Tashigi caught?
Partner. No, Vivi's partner.
Oh yes, yes, red hair, the one with the crown.
Yeah,
he did a good job.
I like, and he stood up for Vivi, and he, you know, because at the end, remember, he stands up for Vivi and he gets killed for it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's cool. He's in the good books.
He's in the good books. Speaking of the good books, here's where it starts to get a little wild. Because we have Big Trouble in Little Garden, Big Trouble in Little China, Big Trouble in Little Garden. This is absolutely hilarious. So in this one, big one, Sanji and Zoro kill the same animal and are fighting over who killed it. That is hilarious. That's the big difference because in the anime, in the manga and anime, Sanji killed the T-Rex, Zoro killed the Triceratops because he made the joke, you're also a 3-sword user. There was that. Still funny. Always will be funny. You had the dinosaurs, which we did not meet a Brachiosaurus after eating Luffy. We did not have to slice one open. They just walked up and introduced themselves as Dory and Broggy, which I'm guessing is Broggy. But if you look at Broggy's setup, as he's on the beach and all of that, he has statues that are like these little white statues. And one is Nika. Yeah. The fact that Drew missed that is hilarious to me. So in this episode, when you are hanging out at Broggy's space, so that would have been
Broggy's space.
Yeah. So on the beach, so that would have been Luffy and Vivi, I want to say, because Nami and Usopp were with Dory. Broggy, as he was eating and hanging out, he was talking about Nika as well, the fire god, the sun god, and all this. Yeah. And then they, at the very end,
Nika?
out of those white poles that are in that space where they're eating and drinking at.
Yeah, the chess character things.
One is Nika. One looks like Luffy Awakens.
Weird, but evil.
Yeah, it has some consider him evil, some don't. But that is definitely a Nika reference.
He looks evil. Getting a good one there, though. You got me there.
So in that, the big difference is that Dory is not the one who drinks the exploding beer. It is Broggy. No, sorry. Dory is the one who drinks the exploding beer, and not Bragi. Bragi drank it in the source material. Dory drinks it now, explodes, gets chopped, blood, all that stuff. But he survives. We know that. Any thoughts between on Usopp basically using his face as a middle hammer to crack open the wax, and literally just got his face destroyed, absolutely destroyed for it.
Yes, great. And you remember that? Yeah, yeah. I thought it was fun. And another actress that really brought it to the screen was Miss Golden Week. I thought she was like, bringing it all to life there. I think she was like given a little role and gave it as much as she could.
Well, that's the fun part with Miss Golden Week, because it seemed like, to an extent, like Mr. 3 was afraid of her. She's like, you don't want to be one of my diseases. Like, the hell?
Nope. Right. Oh, and Dory and Broggy, or whatever they're gonna call them. Man, they're pretty accurate looking to their characters, and they just look really accurate. So I did like that, even if it does look a little cosplay. It still looks like
as far as the makeup artist, it looks really, really well done. Overall, Little Garden, I think, for 2 episodes, they were able to do justice to it. Nothing really stands out. Nami gets sick, of course. That leads us into Nami Dearest. Deerest. So, it is interesting. The scene when they get shot at is they're not met at the pier. They get off the boat, walk up to this town, and are turned away, kind of thing. Meet Dalton. Vivi shows that she's like a true person, gets shot. Luffy, how dare you, blah blah blah. They get let in. So overall, it looks good, it feels good, it feels real. Anything that comes to mind on your end as far as the first episode of Drum Island?
Okay. Is this my episode 7?
No, this is still episode 6.
No, Dearest Nami. That one's good, and you know what? I thought that they were just gonna forget that Dalton had devil fruit powers, because he transformed a little earlier than in the manga, so it's like you knew he had devil fruit powers like a little earlier, and so I was like, oh damn, they're gonna really skip that. So I am glad. But he was perfect. Oh my god, we always talk about how perfect these castings are. He was like a mirror image of Dalton, and he embodied his characteristics too, like as a person. I felt like he didn't do the over-explaining thing. I wish he over-explained like he does in the manga. Like, oh, also I have like chestnuts and plums by the fire. They like Drum Islanders love plums.
Yeah.
But,
well, again, it's all of the exposition about Drum Island, because we didn't get the hiking bear, we didn't get the lampins, so we didn't get them. I don't even think we got Wapple's big woolly hippo guy.
No. Also, what I was really looking forward to was the bear scene where it's like the hiking bear bow to the bear, and then the giant lady comes over and everyone bows to but that's okay. But I did like that scene. I thought that was really funny.
But
Nami Dearest was good, but it's the next episode that just gets my spirituality going, that gets my heart thumping, that got me crying. So the next episode is the one I'm interested in.
Yeah, and same with me. So we can go on to what is rated a 9.5 on IMDb for a show that came out 12 days ago, so it hasn't even been out for 2 weeks. Dr. Korea gives Chopper's Pass. They did Chopper's Pass beautifully. For those who do not know, Chopper is my favorite character in One Piece, period. Like, He is the reason that One Piece became like a part of who I am, and how I identify with him as a person. So I just truly, truly love him as a character. So it's
And for me, it's Doctor oh my god,
Carol.
yeah, great, Caroluk. Caroluk. Oh my god, I want to put a K in there. Anyway, I was waiting for, I was like hoping that they wouldn't change it up because my whole life has been revolved around them saying that a person dies or a man dies when he's truly forgotten, and I was just waiting for him to say it, and boom, they don't say it once, they don't say it twice, they say it like 4 or 5 times in that episode, and I was so happy. And there's a lot going on in my personal life, and it was just a good episode, and it just made me have hope that everything wasn't lost in our own world. It just made me think upon myself, and just it's a damn good episode. And I cried a few times. Yeah, Chopper, of course. It made me cry when I was thinking about him getting bullied. I hated him getting bullied. So
The big time for me tearing up and crying for Chopper was when Luffy said, "I'm a monster too, isn't that great?" And I was just like,
that was not bad.
that one hit me. As a person who's always been quote unquote a monster, that's why I got Chopper was like my guy, because like I was always like, okay, I was big but I always felt small inside. So Chopper was always my dude because he literally embodied the character that I was. But overall, I think the big surprise in the ending of all of the One Piece live action is how they did Wapple's power, and instead of combining the clown that with the arrows and the dude with the static afro in the final fight, which is the source material, he combines like he creates 5 monster soldiers, and that's like the big climactic fight.
Can I complain yet?
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, what? That is, actually that could happen. Forgot about that bit. That actually is a possibility. But also, man, I was like, just let Luffy and Sanji and Nami have their moment. And Chopper, let them be the heroes for a little bit. We just got the 100-verse saga. We just got Usopp saying that Elbaf is gonna be his One Piece. When he goes over there. So come on. And what they did, they just wanted McKenyu to get a little bit more fighting in, I feel like. So
Oh yeah.
not too happy with those little Power Ranger things in the last episode. But I did like the fight. The fight was great, but I did not like the Power Rangers.
And yeah, because basically the monsters look like Power Ranger baddies. But as it ends, we get Sir Crocodile. Looks good. Looks good.
I loved him from How I Met Your Mother. He's in a bunch of other stuff, but I just know him from that, and I'm really excited for Crocodile to come in.
And we got the Banana Gator in the background, just swimming through the water. So I am.
They're gonna have to keep episodes in the desert, so they'll be able to spend some CGI on the other episodes. Like, give me like a whole episode in the desert of them walking and talking about the feelings and stuff, and then use that budget for another episode. I want to see Zoro and Chopper talk about what it means to be a Nakama.
Right. So I'm very excited for how Arabasta really plays out as a whole. I loved season 2. It continued on something that I was very afraid of, but it made it feel real and realistic. Obviously I would want more details and more humor and more reasons behind characters and all this. Like we even got Sanji's we got hinted to Sanji's backstory with his mom and his cooking. And I'm just like, oh my god, they went there.
Oh, I couldn't believe that either. I was like, you're getting a fast forward, Paulina, for a bunch of stuff.
She hasn't even gotten there yet.
Right. So she's at the exact midway point right now. Like not even at the point where Luffy knocks out one of the pacifistas, but she's 2 episodes in after the time skip.
So
yeah, got some watching to do.
Yeah, but overall, I think that I'm not gonna say it was a 10 out of 10. I'd say it was a good 9.5 as far as television goes.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the chopper.
I'll 7 a 10 out of 10, but everything else you raised that not a little bit lower, just because. Yeah, go ahead.
They're gonna have to give a lot more money towards Chopper's human form. A lot more money towards Chopper's human form.
I didn't even mind that. Let's save some money somehow.
Also, he said shit like a lot of times. I was just like, what?
What does Chopper say shit? I said the same thing.
I'm over here like, hey, has he always cursed this much? But he's a teenager. He's the youngest, so. It was great. There was a lot of character moments, like Usopp yelling at Zoro, and then Zoro getting his feelings hurt, and then him bringing him beer, and then him being like, "We're cool."
I know. He could have asked nicely. That was in episode 6. I like her episode. 6. I like that.
Oh, before we take off, the funniest is when we're trying to get out of Laboon. And he's like, made a sword. Made a sword.
Right.
And she's just like, what are you gonna hit? He's like, that big ball thing. The uvula? So it's a girl whale.
Remember the girl whale bit?
That was so freaking funny!
Yeah, that must have been a joke they wrote on set, because that is great. And I like how he made that big sword, and then he's like, "Here, who's up? Grab on!" And then it like disintegrates in like 1 second. That was great.
Oh, it's just him being just so straight laced. It's so funny. He's so stupid. It's a girl whale, and her face was just like, "The fuck you just say?" It was so funny. It was so funny.
Really funny. Yeah, there's definitely some good writing. So, season 3 they got in the bag. They already got approved for it. But yeah, season 4 is the question. If they can nail season 3, they get one more season. So, I'm just gonna try to get everyone I know to watch season 2 here. We know it's a good show. So come on, people.
And that's the fun part, because so many people jumped into the One Piece bandwagon after the first season, and Netflix is pushing it hard. Netflix is pushing it real hard. They want a season 4. You got Chopper. Chopper is gonna make them so much money. I can see it. So there's a lot of greatness where One Piece can go. But I think that we hit our 30 minutes. Drew, what did you say your grade was?
Grade?
For One Piece, the live action.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me just say, okay, let's put episode 7 in a different category, because it's everything I like in One Piece. So, episode 7, 10 out of 10. Okay, maximum scores, 120%. Then the rest of it, I think 9 point something out of 10. So, really good. Okay, use some improvement, but I think it was really good. And I loved, even though the props looked funny, that was probably one of my favorite parts of the show, just checking out the crappy props, or not the crappy props, but the funny props, and, liking it. So, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. But I don't see when One Piece live action season 3 will be coming out.
It's been greenlit, but yeah, they don't have a date yet.
Expected to release in 2027, so it'll be next year. So there will not be another 4-year change.
Yeah, until season 4, that will be another 2 years.
All right, we gotta see if Eminem wants to play NL.
Let's go, Eminem.
He just starts showing up, and Rap God starts playing in the electricity, like.
No. You know what? Why not? He's kind of retired. He's not making any more music. He's just sitting around and goofing off. So why not? Come on, Eminem, let's go. Be Enteru.
Just awesome. Extend the earrings. But I highly recommend it to anyone and everyone. If you're watching this, hopefully you're either interested in checking out the One Piece live action, Opla, One Piece live action, Opla, or maybe you're just trying to see what other people think. But I am a solid 9.5. Overall, great. If Chopper's transition, shifting transitions would have gone smoother, because we only got to 3, we didn't even get to 7. So that's the thing.
Remember, at the end, he shakes the Rumble Ball container. He's like, "What's that?" That's for later.
Yeah. So yeah. So we got that. So big call out to that. But I think that is a perfect place for us to wrap that up. Thank you to all those Mo's, YT, and everyone else for stopping by and watching the video. And any final thoughts, Samurai, before we take off?
Yeah. Peace and love, and please don't forget us. So man only dies when he's forgotten.
Man only dies when he's forgotten. Thank you all for sticking around and hanging out, and always remember, Nakama, that anime is adulting. Stay reckless, Warlords. Peace.
Bye.
That was fun. We'll see how that runs.
Man, our chapter got